Okay, I got all my parts gathered up in the workshop. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start with these link arms or torsion arms, control arms, whatever you call them. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my little set here and I'm gonna stamp. I'm gonna stamp them all so I know what's what. Because right upper, right lower, left upper, left lower. It seems kind of evident now, but once everything's broken down and clean, it might be hard to figure out which one's which. So I'm going to mark those, then I'm going to soak these, and I think I'm going to start with the easy stuff. I'm going to start with the rods, the shift rod, the torsion bar. I'm going to grind those, give them a coat of paint, and we'll just grab these one at a time, and we will break them down. Okay, let's just run these through the wire wheel. All right, well, these turned out pretty nice. So let's just set these aside. We'll throw a coat of black paint on them. And now let's jump into our shifter. Let's break this down and clean this up also. So while I'm doing that, I've got all the control arms, torsion arms soaking in a bucket of fuel, trying to degrease everything. Okay, this turned out really good. So let's also put this aside until we paint, and let's jump into this. This is where the real work is. All right. Okay, here's my first torsion arm, and ball joint's got to come out, and so does this broken bolt. But for the ball joint, the ball joint presses out this way, and I have a press, and the press would work perfectly fine, for the exception that if you do it this way, you're not pushing on the arm, you're pushing on part of the ball joint. So for these VWs, there's a specialty tool that's required, which is a ring much like this one with 2 notches, so that when you put the pressure on, you're pushing against the arm and not on the joint. So now I don't have this tool, of course. So you can either cut the ring off, which works, but is a pain. You can cut the ring right off and chisel it off. Then you put your ring right on the arm. Or I saw another hack online where you put a set of welding clamps in here that acts as a spacer. I'm going to try the clamps with the spacer. That way there's no cutting, no grinding. Maybe it'll come out cleaner. So let's try that. Okay, this is the idea. The clamp acts as a spacer. I got everything rigged up. Let's start putting pressure on that, see if we get any movement. Okay, I got quite a bit of tension on that. It looks like it could work. I'm gonna keep cranking on this. Let's try a big bar. Okay, well, the clamp idea did not work for me. I ended up destroying my my sleeve here, so we're gonna go barbarian here. I'm going to completely grind this ring off, chisel it off, and then we'll try again. Just like a real hacker. But you gotta do what you gotta do. It actually works. So here's the ring coming off after I cut it. I just gotta go around with the chisel and hammer it off. It's actually not that bad, to be honest with you. Cut through that pretty easy. Well, that ring now is completely gone. So let's rig this back up and try again. Attempt number 2. It's certainly sitting more square. Oh my gosh. All right. slipped off. They're in there tight. So I'm at the point that I can't even turn that anymore, even with the bar. I'm afraid I'm going to break the clamp. So lots of tension on there. I'm going to heat it up, see what happens. It just popped. It just popped after a whack of heat, and I was giving it some taps there, and it just released. Wowzer. Okay. All right, it popped, so I had to reposition to get rid of that big ring so I could push the center, and it's still fighting me a little bit. It's fighting me quite a bit. Oh. As in all the way. And I apologize, I don't have my tripod with me today. There. Alright, she's loose. Let's de-rig and see what that looks like. So here it is. It fought me all the way. Man, those are in there good. I am not looking forward to installing the new ones. Well, actually should be easier, but so you can see how this would sit in there, and that big ring wraps all the way around. So the only way is to get to the two tangs or do this hackery, but it works. And I mean, I wish I had the specialty tool. It is a couple $100. It's just finding it and having it delivered, and I didn't want to wait. So, all right, now we're going to clean these up, and well, before I do that, I got 3 more to do. All right, so I'm just drilling out that broken bolt. I'm sort of getting there. I've got 2 of these to do. Success. Alrighty, here's the torsion arms all cleaned up. That's as good as I can make them. I also rescued the little sealing rings that go at the end of the tubes. I still need to clean those up. But for now, let's tape the shafts off. Let's clean these up one more time, and let's throw a coat of black paint on everything and see what we get. So here are my parts all cleaned up and painted. I haven't gone to the hubs yet. I'm going to keep those for a separate video, probably getting too long as it is. I even managed to free up the eccentrics. This is how I did it. Alright guys, these are the front hubs of my 69 bay window, and I'm just about to start breaking these down. First thing I'm going to do, before I get there, I need to free up the eccentric that sits in the upper ball joint. And this, I believe, is to adjust the camber, the angle of the wheel. And I need to try to salvage this out so I can reuse it when I get the new ball joints. So what I'm going to try to do is, I'm assuming that the eccentric is fused onto what's left of this ball joint. I'm going to put the socket on here, 36, 37, whatever this is. What do I got? I got a 36 mil. I'm going to put this on here with the impact, and on the other side I'm just going to put a ratchet, a socket. And I don't have the proper socket in millimeters over here, but I am going to use a 1 1/16, which is close enough. I'm going to try to hold this end and see if I can get this to turn out. A little bit of wishful thinking, but I'd rather do it this way than with the zip cut. If it doesn't work, I can always cut it off. I just want to see what these eccentrics look like on their own and see if I can hopefully reuse it. Go ahead. Nice. Okay, it's free. It's free, it's free. Sorry, keeping the shot there. Let's just finish this off. So I don't know if this has a step to it and everything. I don't know if this will come with the new ball joint or not. I'm gonna hang on to it for now. The new ball joint obviously is toast. But what I'm after is this, the eccentric. So, and this is fused in here just as I thought. I'm gonna separate that. Also, I see this, the bracket for the flex hose. Now in my brake kit, I don't know if this comes with it. I don't know if I'm getting one of these or not. I'm gonna hang on to it for now just in case I don't. All right, let's see what we got for pullers and see if we can somehow pop this out. All right. Okay, I found this little 3-jaw puller. It might pull a little more evenly, so let's try this one. All right, well, I got full tension on that, or pressure, or whatever you want to call it. Everything's bending and nothing's happening, so let's try heating it up. If this doesn't work, I'll come back with a better puller. Well, that is on there good. I don't know if I'm gaining or not. It's hard to say. I don't know. Maybe? So I think we've pretty much destroyed this little puller. But, no big deal. We can get another one of them. I think it's coming. Put this back up in the vise like this, and I think... Let's try this. I just buggered it up. I mean, these are available CIP1. I just want to see if I could free them up and reuse them. There. I freed it up, but I might have buggered it up. Let's cool this down, and then we'll take a closer look at it. So here's my eccentric. It's a little bit mangled on this face. That part doesn't really matter. I did nick it on here. If you can see that. That could be cleaned up with a file. I'm sure it would be fine. I'll see how much they are. If I have to, I'll just order 2 new. No big deal. But for now, I got the eccentric out. So, I'm going to jump into this one. And I got to get that one out. Alright, let's do that. Alright guys, so here's the second one. And the second one you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, the second one is already free for whatever reason. So, easy. Alright, let's get this out, wrap this up. Alright, so there we have it, guys. I'm going to leave it here for now. There's obviously lots more work to come. Reassembling all these torsion arms. I've got ball joints coming. I've got tie rod ends coming. New seals. There's still tons and tons of work to do. So I'll leave it here for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next bus video.